morning, everybody. How are we today? It's Sarah Stacker here. I thought I would just jump in today and talk to you a little bit about frankincense. Frankincense is known as the king of oils because king of oils, he has so many properties. He has so many chemical compounds and constituents in him that he just has such a broad spectrum of things that he may be able to help with. But what I wanted to talk to you today about was his emotional properties that he has, what properties he has that can help with different emotions. So I'm going to be referring to and reading from this little book here. Now this book, if you don't have it and you have oils, you should really go and get it. It's really quite amazing. And what I find is even when I'm using an oil for maybe a particular ailment, but then I go and look up in the emotions book of what that oil can do or for your emotions, it actually is amazing how much it ties in with what might be going on in my world at that point. It really is quite incredible. So there is an updated version of this book. This is last year's book. There's a new version that has some of the new oils, like I imagine it's got the green mandarin and probably red mandarin and yarrow pom and those things in it. But this book doesn't have that. But I'm just going to talk about frankincense in particular today. So frankincense is the oil of truth. And I'm literally just going to read this, so bear with me while I refer to my book. So it says, frankincense reveals deceptions and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. Who doesn't need to let go of that sort of stuff, right? This oil helps create new perspectives based on light and truth, and frankincense recalls to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into this world. It is a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. Frankincense assists in pulling the scales of darkness from the eyes, the barriers from the mind, and the walls from the heart. Through connecting the soul with its inner light, this oil reveals the truth. You say hello? No, she's busy eating. School holidays over here for anyone that's watching. Frankincense supports in creating a healthy attachment with one's father. It assists in spiritual awakening and helps an individual feel the love of the divine. When one has felt abandoned or forgotten, frankincense reminds them that they are loved and protected. Who here doesn't love themselves? Used to be me. Didn't love much about myself, but through using the oils, now whether it's frankincense in particular, but through using the oils, that self-love has started to evolve. And it's starting to be there, which is just such a wonderful gift that you can give yourself. So where was that to? Frankincense reminds them that they loved and protected. While this oil is incredibly powerful, it is also gentle, like a loving father who nurtures, guides, and protects. Frankincense shields the body and soul from negative influences and assists the soul in its spiritual evolution. Enhancing practices of prayer and meditation, this oil opens spiritual channels that allow an individual to connect to God. Through the light and power of frankincense, the individual can draw closer to divinity, healthier masculinity, and the grandeur of the true self. So the negative emotions that it hones in on is the feeling of abandoned, spiritually disconnected, distant from Father, unprotected, and spiritual darkness. But the positive properties that it likes to promote is feeling enlightened, loved, protected, wisdom, discerning, spiritually open, and connected to Father. Now, this book also goes on to talk to you about companion oils. So the companion oils for frankincense, Melissa, which everybody knows about Melissa, it seems to be. It's doTERRA's most expensive oil. I don't have it, but I tried it when I was at convention. And Melissa is lemon balm. And I was expecting it to smell like lemon and smell quite nice. You know, I love lemon myrtle, I love lemongrass, I love lemon. And I was expecting it to smell like that. To be honest, I didn't like the smell. Now, just quickly, if I look up in here, Melissa is the oil of light. Now, if I look at the negative emotions that it works on, despairing, hopeless, darkness, burdened, loss of will to live, overwhelmed. Okay, some of those relate to me. Overwhelmed I can relate to. I sometimes feel hopeless. I'll be honest, that's less and less these days since I've been taking the lifelong vitality supplements. But that feeling of hopelessness when you're feeling worthless and what have you. Anyway, and then the positive properties for Melissa, talking about enlightened, joyful, energized, integrity, spiritually connected, contagious enthusiasm, liberated and optimistic. Now, my whole thing is that if you don't like the smell of an oil, it's potentially because you need to use it. There is some part of that oil that your body is needing. And what I find is the more you use it, the smell changes and you will actually start to like it. So it's really interesting. So my thought is that I actually need Melissa. However, it's a little bit out of my price range at the moment, but it is something that I'm working towards getting. So Melissa is on my it's on my wish list. And when I have enough points, maybe I can get it. But we'll see how we go. But back to frankincense, it talks about, like the companion oil. So Melissa, Manuka, myrrh, Litsea, and Roman chamomile. And then it talks about the suggested uses. So in fact, let me just grab it. Hang on. So frankincense, here's the magic little bottle here. So the suggested uses, it literally just says you can inhale it straight from the bottle. What I like to do is 1 drop in my palms and just breathe deeply. Now, I've got to be honest, frankincense is not my favourite scent. It's got better for me over time. It's a really earthy, woody smell, but it's kind of, I find it sort of grounding and it's very calming, which is what I like about it. It's the effect that it has on me that I like. So anyway, then I just sort of rub that in the back of my neck and take that in. So you can diffuse it, obviously, in your diffuser. Place the drops in your palms and rub and inhale. You can also put it on topically, so a couple of drops. Like it says here, you can put on the crown of your forehead, on your forehead, crown of your head, or behind your ears. Where do I like to put it? I actually like to put 2 drops under my tongue. But different people have different ways. You can also make a spray mist up and spray it around your house. But anyway, hope that was helpful. Let me know if you've got any questions. Who loves frankincense? Do you love frankincense? Is that one of your favourite oils? I know it's a lot of people's favourite. And some people find it so incredibly calming. But I might talk about its other qualities to help with your health on another post. But that was just all about your emotions. But it's incredibly calming for the mind and the spirit. So if in doubt, get your frankincense out. How corny is that, right? But it's so true. Anyway, let us know your frankincense experiences. What do you love about frankincense? How do you use it? Do you diffuse it? Do you put it under your tongue? Do you put it on your tongue? Do you put it on top?
Do you put it in your head?
That's enough. Put it on topically. How do you love to use it? And what do you love to combine it with? Let us know. All right, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.